The US government's justification for action on Syria is out there. As the evidence filters down through the news networks, the public can now reach their own verdict.
And right now at the White House, the president is making an historic decision.
The words and the signals couldn't be clearer. It is virtually certain tonight the United States will not let Syria's alleged use of chemical weapons go unpunished.
The commander-in-chief says he is weary of war, but he's preparing for it and preparing the American people for it.
President Obama met with his National Security Council on Friday, but there's still no decision on what type of action will be taken.
In no event are we considering any kind of military action that would involve boots on the ground, that would involve a long-term campaign.
He left the vigorous, powerful rhetoric to his Secretary of State. John Kerry says America now has no doubt over what happened on August the 21st in a Damascus suburb.
We know that for 3 days before the attack, the Syrian regime's chemical weapons personnel were on the ground in the area making preparations. We know where the rockets were launched from and at what time. We know where they landed and when. The United States government now knows that at least 1,429 Syrians were killed in this attack, including at least 426 children.
In a statement read on state TV, the Syrian Foreign Ministry said Kerry's charges were baseless.
Mr. Kerry was dependent on old tales put forward by terrorists more than a week ago, which contained fabrications, lies and false allegations.
This video of the aftermath of the alleged attack is just one element of a package of evidence which the US says proves what UN inspectors can't.
The UN can't tell us anything that we haven't shared with you this afternoon or that we don't already know. And because of the guaranteed Russian obstructionism of any action through the UN Security Council, the UN cannot galvanize the world to act as it should.
This was also an appeal to the American public. He said this attack doesn't just have implications for Syria. The Secretary of State said that not acting would be a threat to national security and embolden the likes of North Korea and Iran to use chemical weapons in the future. There's a clear effort here to make this argument for action as convincing as possible on as many levels as possible. But with 50% of the American public against intervention, it's a tough sell. Officials have been at pains to point out this won't be a protracted intervention, but some analysts feel it has been a drawn-out deliberation.
This is what we call the hurry up and wait phase. Most of the military forces are in position. They're waiting for the go order. They've got their strike missions plans. All they got to do is get the go order and they will go.
The UN inspector's report could now take up to 2 weeks to come through. By then, America may well have already acted on its own evidence. Amanda Walker, Sky News, Washington.